Hello and welcome to another episode of Inspired Good Fat Life. And I am really excited about our guest today. I will give you a little sneak preview. She's a hypnotherapist. Is that right?
Correct.
Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So before I officially introduce you, I'm just going to take a little self-promo here for Good Fat Life magazine. This is our magazine that is just full of all kinds of inspired stories, articles, great information that's highly curated to be sure that we can bring you the best information possible. And on the website, we also talk about our events and things that are happening and share good things to know. So that said, I would love to introduce my guest today, Theresa Cease, right?
Right.
And she is at Nature's Gateway, right?
Correct.
That's where you work out. So Theresa, I mean, I'm sure most people have a wrong or a distorted view of what is hypnotherapy. What is it?
Hypnotherapy is it's the relaxation. It's like between being wide awake and being asleep. You're relaxed, you're comfortable, but you are very alert of everything that's going on.
So how did you get into hypnotherapy?
Well, I worked in the medical field for about 35 years, and then I just decided, it's got to really be really stressful after a while. I wanted more flexible hours. So I'd been wanting to do hypnotherapy for years and years, and finally I said, you know what, just go for it.
Yeah.
So I did, and I love it.
So what, was there something, had you seen the results of something, or was there somebody that you met that had gone through it?
I knew a few people had gone through it for smoking and stuff, and they had, been it worked for them. It was great. And then when I started doing it, my second client that came in was very fearful of driving. And she got to the office and she was all sweaty and shaky and stuff. And she said, all the way here, I kept thinking, I'm going to cancel this appointment. And she said, my husband told me, absolutely not, stick with it. So we did 3 sessions on her. More normal sessions are 3. We did 3 sessions on her, and her last session was on a Tuesday. She drove to Florida on Thursday.
Oh my gosh.
And she contacted the company or, where I'm at, and she said, I want to thank you guys so much for suggesting that I see her for this, because I have no fear of that anymore.
Wow.
That was months ago. And now every time I put something on my Facebook, she always makes a very positive comment on that too. Yeah. Then I had another lady, she was 76 years old. We did a weight session on her. There's 5 sessions to weight.
Okay.
She did the weight sessions. By her 3rd session, she had lost 10 pounds. Now, this isn't something that it's just all on them. This is a teamwork here. I mean, I'm not like a magician. I don't go in there and go, all right, I click my fingers and guess what? All your cares are taken care of. It's not the way it works. You have to be part of that team too.
Okay,
it's a very
so
team
how
effort.
does it work? What does a typical session look like?
Okay, when they first come in, I explain to them what hypnosis is.
Well, can you explain that a little bit?
Well, I just, I let them know that it's just a state of deep relaxation, like I was telling you earlier. Okay. You're very alert, but you're in between being wide awake and being asleep. That's all it is. You're just very relaxed, and you take the suggestions that I give you because you're just accepting everything in your mind. I do a conscious convincer on them, and that really makes a believer out of them because they're like, wow, that actually happened. They're awake. They're not sleeping.
Okay.
And it's just unbelievable.
And I've heard you say that when you go into the hypnosis, you're not going to do something that you don't want to do.
You do nothing against your will. Absolutely not. You're not going to go into such a deep state that you're not going to remember it, and I'm going to make you, do weird things like quack like a duck or something. That's not going to happen because you wouldn't normally do that. You're not going to do that. They do that with stage hypnosis, but I don't do stage hypnosis. Okay. Only the people who want to make hypnotherapy look like something bad. That's the only ones that's going to do anything silly like that. Yeah, I would never do that.
Okay. All right. So you are in this relaxed state, and then what do you say things, or you have a conversation that
hypnosis we can give them, it's all in. Okay, with you have a subconscious mind and a subconscious mind, right? Mm-hmm. The conscious mind is your logical, rational, everything that every individual has. It's the part that we use for thinking and problem solving. It's what you would do like if you're balancing your checkbook. That's your conscious mind.
Okay.
Your subconscious mind is something way in the back. It's like it holds every dream you've ever had. It holds conversations. If you go somewhere and you're like, I know that person, but I can't remember their name, it's because your subconscious mind is holding that back. So then later on, you're like, darn, that was her name, because you know it, but you've got so many other things going on in your mind. But your subconscious brain's everything. It holds everything from your past, everything from when you were little, every dream you ever had, things that you did back when. And when I put you into the first session, I put you into usually a happy memory. And everybody, 9 out of 10, come up with a happy memory. Not every single person does. But I had a girl go back the other day, and she went back to when she was 4 years old, and it was a memory with her dad. And I said, okay, so tell me what was so happy about it. She said, my dad died when I was 5. That's the last memory I have of him, and I forgot I had that memory. So she was just so excited. She's like, yeah, she was just so excited. She says, I didn't know I had that memory.
Oh, wow.
So when she came out, she was so excited about that.
Wow. Well, and so if you have, we'll use weight loss because so many people are concerned about their weight, right? It's a big deal. So you have 5 sessions.
Correct.
And so what would you do? Are each sessions different? Are each of the sessions different?
Each of them are a little bit different. The first session, what I do is I go in and explain what hypnosis is.
Okay.
What your subconscious mind, what your conscious mind is. I do a little bit of a test on them. I do a relaxation on them too. And I teach them how to take that information and do that relaxation 2 to 3 times a day for their self. And then I start the session. After we're all done with the session, then I do a conscious convincer on them. And then when they leave, I send an email home with them to listen to every day. And I tell them it's very important to listen to that email every day. It's just a recording. And it's a recording with a voice. And it's just giving you information about the session that we did and about, how powerful you are and about, the weight and stuff. And then on the second session, they come back and I teach them self-hypnosis. And I tell them to do that 2 or 3 times a day, along with the breathing exercises. If you start getting anxious, then just take that few seconds and do that breathing exercises. You start getting hungry. You're probably not really hungry. Most of the time you're not. It's called habit of eating, right? I mean, you're sitting there like, okay, well, I guess I should go get something to eat. So what
like you're passing through the kitchen. And it's
exactly. Or if you're sitting at your desk. I have a lady who sits at her desk, and she came in for weight about a month ago, and she's just finished her last session last Saturday. And she said she keeps a bag of potato chips in her drawer in her desk, and she eats that whole bag every day.
Oh my gosh!
So then I got her to where I was having her bring in some carrots, bring in celery. Do you like vegetables? And she said, I love vegetables. I said, bring in a very small bowl, put a few potato chips in there. That way you've got the crunch. You want that crunch and you want that salty. Bring you in some other things to eat. Get a bottle of water. Drink that bottle of water. Give yourself 5 minutes. If you really think you need a couple potato chips, then have them. But until then, just relax a little bit. Do your breathing exercises. Do your self-hypnosis, because you learn how to do that, and then you just go into that relaxed state again, and you can go back to feeling better about yourself. And the water is really important. So I tell them that is one of the really big things that we do, and I also put that into their session too.
Okay. All right. And so, do you have kind of a sense of what the average person does? It's maybe not fair of me to ask, but I'm curious. So after somebody goes through that for 5 sessions, what's the likelihood that they're going to actually lose weight or make some changes?
If they're being a team member,
okay.
They're going to lose weight. Okay. If they're not, I knew one lady wasn't going to lose weight, and she's a very dear friend of mine. She's just a happy-go-lucky, loving person, and she's just going to do what she's going to do. But she was there to support me, and I knew that's what she was there for. And no, she didn't lose any weight. And she come in, she goes, I was really bad. I had ice cream. Then we went to dinner, and I'm like, that's okay. Don't kick yourself for that. We'll start off new again, and we'll do it again. And so every session, there's 5 different sessions, but each session is on something different. Like with the weight, I put you into a mirror. So you're going to walk into this mirror, and you're going to turn around, and you're going to look at your backside, right? You're going to say, look how good I look. I'm a size smaller. My pants are zipping up easier. And when they're done, they just look at me, and they're like, it's going to happen, isn't it? And I went, absolutely, it's going to happen. You have to believe in yourself. It's the power of what you're going to believe in yourself. I can help you, and that's what I'm here for. But like I said, I can't make the changes for you. That's something we do together.
So, so you mentioned weight loss and driving. So what are some other things that people would come to see you for?
Oh my gosh, there's so many different things that come in. There, anxiety, panic attacks, bad habits, self-defeating thoughts, smoking, vaping. I don't think there's anything we can't do. Getting used to your CPAP machine is one of them.
That's interesting.
Menopause, IBS. It goes on and on and on. I don't think there's a limit in what we can do. Like I said, most sessions are 3, weight's 5, smoking and vaping is 2.
Wow. It's interesting that smoking would be 2.
Do those really quick together.
Okay.
Like I do, the smoking, I will do the first one. The following week, I do the second one. And I give them a quit date.
Okay.
So you're going to smoke up until the day that you come back into me again. That's going to be your quit date. And then I give them examples of like, if you smoke menthol, then go to non-menthol. If you normally smoke with this hand, smoke with this hand. Use these fingers. There's just all kinds of little things you're going to give them. If you normally smoke in your house, then go to the garage. If you normally smoke in your garage, make yourself step outside. Do you smoke in your car? Don't smoke in your car anymore. Do you smoke at work?
Okay.
Give that up. So it's just little suggestions that I put in them whenever they're in trance, and I just work them through it. And then I always tell them, if you have any questions, you have any concerns, I always give them my email, and I give them my personal phone number, and they can text me. And a lot of them do text me back and forth, and which is fine with me. If you have any questions, please text me at any time.
Wow. So there's a couple things. I love the fact that you found something or moved to another, I'll just use chapter of your life because you were inspired to do that, right? And so that just says, that's one of the things we really say in Good Fat Life is like, we want to keep actively involved and engaged in life. And that's why we do good things for ourselves until we take our last breath, right? That's
and
inspired.
You want to do things that help other people too.
Absolutely.
That's your whole goal in life, is just to help somebody, a little bit more unfortunate that you are, and let's make everybody feel more positive. The whole world has just gotten so overwhelming. It's like, if we can take that away and give you good moments and teach you how to feel better about yourself, that's what we want to do.
And is this something that can be done remotely, or do you have to do it in person?
Nope, they can call me at 810-207-8056, or they can go on to Nature's Gateway Facebook page, and you can make your own appointments that way too.
Oh, okay. All right. And can you do this remotely over Zoom, or do you have to do it in person?
Because I'm not real techie.
Okay.
So as of right now, I feel more confident with having somebody just face-to-face with me. They come in, I have them relax, they lay back in a lazy boy chair, I give them a blanket, get them all nice and comfortable, turn on some really soothing music, turn the lights way down. I have a light in the back corner of the room, but I turn the lights on the ceiling off so it's not blaring in their eyes.
Okay.
Soothing music. Almost everybody, 9 out of 10 people, go into almost like a sleeping state, which is where I want them at.
Okay.
And then whenever I bring them out of trance, they're like, wow, can I just go back there? I don't want to come back again.
Yeah, I feel amazing.
I had one lady that she kept doing this with her finger, and I'm like, after I brought her out of trance, and I thought, she's not coming out. I had to bring her out of trance again, and she stuck her finger up like this, and I said, okay, she's comfortable. She wants to stay where she's at. So then she kind of opened her eyes, and I said, welcome back. And she said, oh my gosh, that was wonderful. I wish I could stay there.
Yeah. In that happy place.
In that happy place, yeah.
Well, that is so interesting. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing with our guests what hypnosis is.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hypnotherapy. It's fascinating.
It's very fascinating. And it's not only that, it works. It truly works. It's calming, it's soothing, it's fun to do, but it works.
Well, and that's at the end of the day, that's what we want, right?
Absolutely.
We want something that is calming, soothing, and fun.
Correct.
That works.
Right.
That works. So, Theresa, I know that you've got a little example, right?
Correct.
A little tidbit that you can do with us and our listeners to kind of give a feel of what hypnotherapy looks like. So go ahead. Let's do this.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a conscious convincer on you. This is something that I do with every first client on their first session. Okay. Even if they've had it before, we always do this again, just because it just makes them more of a believer of what we're doing. And when they can feel and explore this whole thing with me, then they really become more confident that it's going to work for them. Okay. So what I'm going to have everybody do is they're going to take a deep breath in, blow that breath out slowly. Take another deep breath in, blow that one out, and allow your eyes to close. I'd like you to imagine that you're sitting in your living room. Picture it in your mind. You decide to get up and go into the kitchen. You walk over towards the refrigerator and you open it. Right in front of you on the middle shelf is a bowl of fresh lemons. You take the bowl over to the sink and you pick up one of those lemons. You can feel the texture of the skin and the firmness of the lemon in your hand. Notice the color of the lemon as you wash it and put it on a cutting board. You take your kitchen knife and you cut it down the middle. Pick it up and smell the fresh aroma of the lemon. Now cut it in quarters. Notice the juice squirting onto your hands. This is a really juicy lemon. Now bring it up to your mouth and take a bite of the lemon. And realize that your body chemistry has changed to create that saliva. Merely by a thought. Because what the mind agrees with, the body responds to. And it did, didn't it? Realize that the power of your mind can create physiological changes. Your cells are very intelligent and can and do respond to the information that I give it. Because what the mind agrees with, the body responds to. So how was that lemon experience? That's what we call a conscious convincer. So that, you know.
I'm just like, with the sourness, right? My whole body reacted.
Because your mind agreed with what I was saying. So your body responded. That's all hypnosis is. It just takes in the suggestions that we give it.
And you made it so easy. And your voice is so soothing.
Well, thank you.
And just, I want to stay there, right? I can see why people don't want to wake up. It was like, that felt amazing. So, all right. So if people want to come find you, where would they find you?
They would find me at Nature's Gateway.
Okay.
It's on Highland Road, right in Heartland, Michigan. They could give me a call at 810-207-8056, or they can go to the Nature's Gateway Facebook page, and then you can go just through the prompts, and they can go ahead and schedule the appointment through that, or they can make the phone call, and somebody will schedule them.
Okay. All right. So you're making it easy for people to find you and to get.
And I am available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Okay. All right. So depending upon your schedule, you're available. Okay.
And again, sessions are $120 a piece.
Okay.
Weight sessions are at least 5 sessions. If you want to, after we're all done, if you say, I'm really having maybe a nighttime problem, so I can do a night one on you, or I can do a carbs on you, or I can do emotional on you. Most of the other sessions are all 3, and then the smoking and vaping are 2 sessions.
Okay. All righty. Well, it just sounds fascinating, and I so appreciate you being here, sharing this information with our viewers and our readers, because, like I said, we just don't know.
Thank you. I appreciate I appreciate you having me here.
We just don't know. So on that happy thought, I would just encourage everyone to go out and live their good fat life.